welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. And of course, you might say, what do we got to do with getting help with Uncle Sam?
A lot.
A lot. But you know, here's the big deal. Here's what we want to talk to you about. And it's a very serious subject. It's the fact that voting is going to take place again the beginning of November,
That's
the first Tuesday in November. And here's the thing that happens. We see a lot of commercials, don't we?
Absolutely, we do.
And we see who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. And a lot of times there's things out there called political action committees that can single-handedly take down a candidate, because they can say some things, and sometimes it's hard for a candidate to be able to respond in enough time.
Well, and a lot of it depends on who has the most money behind
Absolutely.
them. You know, I think stop being influenced by who has the most money for the campaign. Who is the most qualified?
Right.
And who has the most integrity? And what is the track record? Do some research on
Right.
your own.
Yeah, most of the candidates will have a website. You can go to that website, but more importantly, I think what you need to do is, if you have a chance, call the candidate. I mean, obviously in some of the bigger races it's going to be a little harder, but some of the races that are in more of on a local basis, call the candidate, ask to talk to him, or if you find out that that candidate is going to be making an appearance somewhere in your area, go to that appearance. Hear what he has to say, but more importantly, do your homework and be ready to ask some questions.
And most of these candidates will speak for different clubs, different groups. If you belong to clubs, have these candidates come,
Right.
so that you can have one-on-one question and answer sessions. You can actually talk to them, because people are going to try to influence us, and rightly so.
Right.
But we're the ones who make the final decision. You're the one who marks that spot for that vote.
You know, and a lot of times in elections, what we hear is, I didn't go vote. I didn't go vote because I didn't particularly care for this candidate, or maybe I didn't care for that candidate. But you have to realize the fact that is one of the best ways that you have to influence what happens in our country, and more importantly, in your life.
Well, when you look at the percentage of voters who actually turn out and don't complain about who's running our country or our city or our state,
Right.
if you didn't go vote. Because people think, oh, I'm just one vote, I won't make any difference. Jack, if everybody felt that way,
Right.
look at what we'd have. So your vote does matter, and it is a privilege. People fight and die to be able to go and cast their vote.
That's right. And just remember that each one of your counties has got a probate office. That's usually the place where you have to go and register. You have to be a registered voter. Then on election day, you need to bring some form of identification with you to let people know that you are actually the person that's going to vote. And then you go ahead, and it's a very simple process.
It is simple, and they will also, I believe, help you with your identification. If you need help with that when you go to register to vote,
That's
there's
right.
help for you out there. So everybody can vote. It is a gift.
And if you are unable to just get in your car and drive yourself, you'll find out there's lots of organizations out there that will take you to the polls. Many cases, it's your church. Go through your church, through that organization, find out if there's some members of your congregation that are willing to pick you up and take you to vote on that day. In many cases, they'll do it.
Well, we're very proud of our audience, because I think our audience loves to learn, and so many people come up and talk to us, and you know what? You are the backbone of the United States of America.
That's right. So what we've just given you is basically a public service from time of your life to you, that it's right around the corner. That's the first Tuesday in November. That's when everybody will be voting. If you don't like what's happening, you have the right to change the person that's in office. So take that seriously, go out and vote, and then you'll really have the time of your life.